So that's a hard one. That he's a cop. When I see you, and I'm speeding on a highway, and you say, oh, I think I know that girl. I'm going to say, oh, Steve Rapier from Life Teen. Hey, you want to give me a little hookup on this and, let me free?
What I love about Steve, my favorite popo.
Though he has a tough job and he helps to whatever police do.
What I like about Steve is that he talks to police talk. What's your 20?
How proud he is of his job and what he does for a living and how he just lives and breathes it and walks and talks it and just everything that happens for him and how he gets special jobs because he really takes pride in it and it shows, and I think the other officers see it, and I think that's pretty awesome.
What I like about Steve is that Steve likes guns.
I love the way that Steve has more black moments than a black person.
One thing I love about you is that you're always wearing flip-flops, except for
secretly scratches his feet in mass next to you. It was very, very distracting.
What I love about Steve is he's a guy core member and he's a fun guy to be with.
It's how he's not afraid to let his Jeep play a little bit and go through massive puddles on Life Teen trips.
Steve plays with me, and it's just fun, and that's what I love about him.
Lo que más me gusta de Steve es la manera en que él juega con los muchachos. It's the way he play with the guys all the time.
He's playful, and when he says he's gonna put your nipples on,
He always knows exactly where your nipples are, and he can just reach and grab in like a second. You'll never have any chance to defend yourself.
What about Steve is how I'm the only one that can beat you up.
Even if he has to run you down, you still are gonna like the guy when he tackles you.
He's an instigator too. Like when you go out to eat with him, he's always like throwing his straw wrappers or spitting them at you and stuff. When Steve instigates and plays around and tries to beat you up, he's very ticklish. He has no control. He lets go. I'm a superhero. I can be up the decaf football.
I love the way you pick at me and untie my shoes in mass, and that's really inappropriate, but it makes me laugh, and it makes me not take myself too seriously.
So what I love about Steve is his sense of humor. He's always really funny.
The one thing I love about Steve is the way he tries to act all cool, usually wearing shades. And yeah, he is cool, but he doesn't need to think that much. I love you, Steve.
What I love about Steve is he's such a great marksman, and his eyes match my eyes too.
Steve is patriotic.
You remind me of one of my own children. You are the biggest kid, the biggest, you're ending up with a 0 birthday this year, but you're the biggest kid that I know. And I love the way you whine if you get like a hangnail or something.
And I also like how even though he has a very, very difficult, tough, and very courageous job, he still gets a little bit freaked out every time I show him an animal or something cute.
What I love about you is you know how to bring out the best in people. You know how to reach out to people.
What I like about Steve is he gave us great advice on the confirmation retreats. And it really helped me out in my life right now.
well, what I like about Steve is that when he comes in like Life Teen or anywhere, like we see him, he's always like happy, like always in a good mood, and it's like makes everyone else happy. Always has something to do. Just like maybe just hit someone, hug someone, say what's up, something. It's always just like it's cool.
You are so supportive and so there for me, for all your friends.
He's a very, very helpful person. I'm really...
He is a very huge protector, and I feel safe when he's around because he's always carrying his piece inside. And a couple times for me, and jabbed me in my leg. One time I almost fell on my foot, but I forgave him because he's always there when I need somebody to, you know, make me feel safe. He's sticking me in the side. What is that? It wasn't a gun falling on my foot this time.
One time. What's a foot?
What I love about Steve is how he dedicates his free time to the Life team, the youth group, and
how he relates with our teens, and like how the guys came back from guys retreat and they just were like, his talk blew me away, and how he touched the guys, and I think that that's special, and not a lot of people can do that, and I think that's an impact, and
he connects with our teams well.
And Steve, he knows what the guys are going through, and he's a really good like hands-on experience of like what we've been going through.
What I love about Steve, he sets a role model for the guys.
He's a good role model to the team guys.
What I love about Steve is the fact that after he got his tattoo and I slapped him on the back, really just not slapped him, barely touched him, and he almost screamed, he forgot that and he still remained friends with me even though I caused him much, much pain that night.
What I love about Steve is he leads me closer to faith.
That he has grown so much spiritually, and that I see a man of faith in him.
Comes to Mass and serves all the teams.
One of the things I like about Steve is just his ability to get in touch with his emotions and really reach in and share that with everyone around him, and especially like the teens.
Something that I love about Steve is that he is open to sharing his feelings, that he is not embarrassed or ashamed to open up to, especially a woman, and share whatever it is that he's feeling.
How he treats the women for that session, he made it clear for us that how we should treat women in a special way. That's what I love about Steve.
So you always like help me out, like without even knowing it, like, you know, whether you confide in me or I'm confiding in you though, but like you always like show me like some outdoor to take, which is the right way though, but it always helped me out, so I just wanted to thank you for that.
What I love about Steve is that, you know, he's always been there for like to help me out, to stay out of trouble and stuff like that. And like every time it was dealing with court, he would try to help me out, figuring out a way to get out of it and stuff like that. And you know, he's always been there as a friend and stuff, and I appreciate it. You know, it's like not many people are like that, help out a friend when in desperate need. You know, I've been nervous and, you know, butterflies in my stomach because of that stuff, but he's helped me through it. You know, and
what I love about you, Steve, is your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm for your job, your enthusiasm for your faith, your enthusiasm for our teen program, your enthusiasm for sports, your enthusiasm for life. And teens have noticed it, I've noticed it, other people have noticed it, and it's really contagious. And it kind of, I don't know, it touches us and it gets us all enthusiastic. So.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday. Appreciate you, man.
Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday, Steve.
Great to see. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday, Steve-O.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy 30th birthday.